Vishnu, I'm going to ask you a very controversial question. I've been reading a lot of posts by reputed doctors who say that startups are pretending to solve a problem, but not really solving a problem. The so-called big startups in the healthcare space, are they really solving the problem? I'm sure Vijay Kumar will also have a take on it.
That is actually, that is one point I also wanted to discuss. See, healthcare is a very, very large domain. So we cannot claim that everything is actually solvable or currently we are in a position to solve. See, we are a very big market, and even being, doctors and all the healthcare fraternity, they need a lot of technological support, and only few companies cannot just solve a large problem. It is actually a lot of small areas are there in technology. Even when you take about, when we talk about certain areas like accessibility of emergency attention, because most of the deaths happen, doctor would agree with me, when in case of emergency, it is in the transit it happens. So again the access to ambulance facilities, after 108 it is much better. The days were much, it was very bad before 108, but still there is a lot of challenges even in rural areas. It takes for even regular conditions, except for these chronic diseases, they have to travel a lot. So that is again a challenge for everyone. And as madam, I would agree with what madam said, is it gives a lot of tremendous satisfaction being in this healthcare space, because you are not just solving a problem or commercially you are successful, but you are socially also contributing. And that is one reason I would urge everybody to actually look at healthcare as an entrepreneurial option, where a lot of opportunity is there. We have not seen any unicorns yet in this space, healthcare space, except for very few established healthcare like hospitals and other areas. There are a lot of other problems that could be solved being an healthcare entrepreneur.
Sure, I'm sure there'll be a unicorn sitting right here at the talk conference. So you're saying the ecosystem is lacking. We don't really have a full-fledged healthcare ecosystem at this point of time.
That will be a challenge for even entrepreneurs who enter at this stage also. That will be a very big challenge, because see, when we enter the healthcare space and now moving to a large scale, complete solution, healthcare solutions provider, there are a lot of challenges with the ecosystem also, because that is currently not, it has been very unorganized, healthcare has been a very unorganized but unstable industry till date. But now when technology comes in, everything gets organized, and there is a lot of resistance that is there from even from certain sections of doctors to even large corporates, from the even in the medicine space also.
Right. Doctor, multiple stakeholders, the government issuing policies, you have the hospitals, the companies, and of course the patients.
Okay. Can I just start off from basics? Okay. So we know everybody's in the family will get the heart attack, needs to go to the doctors, they will say we need to put a stent. Okay, before surgery. I'm not going to surgery, I'm just talking about the real cost of the stent is being made in the United States. Anybody knows here? If any of your family members had a stent placed, you know how much you spend out of your pocket. 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Okay, you're talking about Indian money? Okay, suppose this, I know, because I spent 3 years in the United States, studied in biggest institute in America, Mayo Clinic and Boston Children. The stent is being made in the United States, in Minneapolis, it's $5. Anybody, can you believe this? I visited the industry, it's just a metal spring. How much when it comes to India, when it's placed inside the patient, obviously you need to pay some money for the doctors who are doing it, or the procedure, whatever the infrastructure cost. By the time when it's placed, it will be 2 to 3 lakhs. How many common Indians can afford 2 to 3 lakhs today? So that is where we are lacking. That is where we want you guys to come in. We want you guys to come in. This is not happening. Not even a single Indian companies are making a stent, as far as I know. I may be wrong, but as far as I know, nothing. Rather, China, it's our neighbor. Okay, even though we fight for the border, but they are, if you take each and every product is being made in the United States, they have a copy of it. It's cheap, yes, it's cheap, maybe not best quality as United States, but still works. Okay, when China, our neighbors, they are not big country, they are big country. Population wise, we are going to match them in a year or two. When they can make the same thing, we are, in fact, I am using all Chinese made stuff. I am not getting any Indian made stuff. Why? Is it because that we can't do it? That is where I think the healthcare, if you give me a single advice to our entire group, please don't mistake me. I think you guys have huge potential in healthcare. If somebody can identify, just tap it, we can, as everybody agreed that satisfaction. Poor man, common man, no government is help. If he come and say that I can get everything done in 50,000, 60,000, you made your day. Okay, you satisfy the entire family. He may be the only breadwinner for the entire family. These guys go home healthy. You have done your job. I think we have huge potentials. I can go on talking like this. Advanced treatment. We are talking about ECMO. What our Chief Minister, late Chief Minister Jayalalitha, she was put on ECMO. You know what is the cost for ECMO product in India? If I need to place somebody on ECMO, it will be 5 lakhs minimum per day. How many of us can afford? Because she was a late Chief Minister, everything was done. All our big ministers, they are going somewhere, Singapore, America. For why? Even though very expensive, because it's all available there and they want to get it. Do you think that our people are not eligible to have all these things? Which we are lacking because our industries are not there yet. We are very, very in infancy. Not even, if they were talking about marriage, I won't agree on marriage. We are just born. Okay, we are just born. We have a long way to go. I think only gap, I think only you guys can come up and fill the gap. We can do lots to our country and our people, humanity. Okay, I think that's where we need to get in there.
I think the one word that really stands out is humanity. All of them speak very passionately about the healthcare space.
I would like to add up on the satisfaction with one personal experience of our company. There is an 86-year-old gentleman who is a customer for us, who struggles literally every month. He has to literally request somebody, his neighbors to order medicines for him because his sons live in US and every month it is a challenge for him. So we believed that that is the problem we are solving and that is the industry we are in, and we solved that problem. From now on, every month he just takes his smartphone and just presses one button, reorder, and he gets the medicine delivered to him. So that is something
that deserves a big round of applause.
More than whatever the commercial aspect of it, it gives immense satisfaction because only at that age we will realize how difficult that situation would be for us to actually survive.
Sure. And Doctor gave one unicorn idea as well, make the stents cheaper in India.
Yeah. That one more thing into making this cheaper stuff as well. I don't know how many of you know when baby has got a sore throat, fever, some sore throat. So that can be so many causes. Could be virus, it could be bacteria. Virus, we are not bothered. That will go 4 days, 5 days, whether you give antibiotics, not give antibiotic. One thing is very unique is the rheumatic heart disease. Okay, it's a bacteria, it produces some sore throat, nothing else. Then baby will have an involvement of the heart. So for that to prevent, to involve in the heart, what is we need to give is called penicillin. Everybody knows here, most of people know that penicillin was detected by Alexander so many years ago. It's not available right now in major part of the cities in India. You know what's the burden of rheumatic heart disease? 8 to 10 children out of 1,000 children has got a rheumatic heart disease. So what does it mean? Literally their heart is going to be involved in some point in time and they are going to be crippled with a heart disease. Unfortunately, the penicillin is the cheapest medicine. No companies are making, you know what? Because none of the companies are making any profit out of the medicine. I think as an entrepreneur, fine, you need to make some profit. There are certain things I think we have to come to the humanity, serve the humanity. Penicillin, very cheapest drug. It's not available in more than 70% of the countries in India. That's a real state as of now. These children, 10-year-old, 15-year-old kid is going to study, he is going to lead the family member. We are talking about young India. If the young India is not healthy, we are not going to have a same, we are going to have same India, not a good India or a future India. So we are having huge problem, huge burden, but unfortunately government is not paying attention to it. I think as you guys, as a mediator, you can involve more, involve your product, definitely you can change the whole India. So that's one thing.
Sure. Geeta, I want to ask you a question which I think most of you are also thinking of is, if I don't have a healthcare background, but I'm passionate about the space, can I still get into it?
Yeah, I think you can. Definitely, I mean, I'm one example, right? Of course, I've been working in this area for like 8 years, but nothing like, doctors. Definitely, you need to partner with the doctors, understand the problems. The first time we started working on this problem, like I mentioned briefly, 2 of my cousins, I lost them in the age of 35 because of breast cancer. And then we're working on all of these image processing and artificial intelligence. Like I was heading the analytics research for India for Xerox, and so 25 plus beautiful projects, helping the US customers and so on. Then we said, okay, why can't we solve this problem? So along with the doctors, we sat and said, what are the other methods that our people have used before, right? And then we said, okay, why can't we set up a collaboration to study why that particular method of thermography is not useful? So it's always a partnership, sure. And it is true, it's very difficult to find doctors like those on the stage here who are supporting innovation, because they're very, very busy serving the huge amount of population, huge number of people out there. Some of them are still interested in innovative. So you need to find a partner who is interested in partnering for innovation, partnering to come up with innovative solutions, and then to set up the clinical research, with the ethics board clearance and so on. Make sure that you don't hurry to release the project, right? It's not about we spent about 3.5 years just inside the room. Nobody even knew about Niramai, right? Because you need to make sure the solution that you're bringing out is really good and validated by doctors. So that partnership is there, definitely possible. And I think it has to be interdisciplinary to be innovative. Sure. That's the marriage.
Sure, so if there are entrepreneurs here, find a doctor and we can get things started, right?